It's the Ginge Show.
All right, today I've been setting this one up for a while. The 417 Foodist is who brought you into my life.
Yeah.
We have a actual social media star in the studio right now. Over 1 million followers. And then I saw on Facebook and TikTok, 500,000 on both of those. Healthy Little Peach is the account. This is Ashley McCrary. Welcome to the Ginge Show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited, but I don't know if I'm that big of a deal. So.
I can answer this straight away. When you have 1 million followers on anything, that is a next level.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it's a million.
I know, it's
you
weird.
know what I mean?
It's weird.
There may come a day where the M word million will not hit our ears the same way, but at this point,
It really does.
it does. You know what I mean?
Well, it took a while to get there, but once I was there, I was like, I took a deep breath, and it's always like, okay, what's next?
If it hadn't taken you a little bit to get there, I would be much less interested to talk to you because that does happen. Somebody's on just like a TV show, they immediately and there's nothing really to ask somebody like that.
No, I've been on social media for a while now, so it's taken a lot of time. And
When did you open this account?
So 2017, I was a first grade teacher.
So 9 years.
Yeah.
That's a while.
Yeah.
So what I used to do in these podcasts was I would start with these really deep dives about people, and we would go so long, and I would realize, wow, I've nested all the most interesting content at like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
So Ashley and I have talked twice before she came on the podcast, and we got along so well that I've had to say multiple times, okay, stop.
Hush
We
your
cannot
mouth.
get into this right now. And then I had her help me with my cameras before we started. So if it looks better, she gets the credit here. If it looks worse, it's her fault.
It's me. It's on me.
All right. So let's start though. Give me your background story, and like if we said in ChatGPT, 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Started off as a teacher.
Okay.
Got my degrees to be education. I have administration and superintendency, so my goal was to be a superintendent. I never liked it. I always loved my kids.
I've never met anybody that wanted to be a superintendent.
But I didn't like jumping through all the hoops that goes with teaching. But if you're a teacher, God bless you.
God bless you.
'Cause it is such a hard job. It's so hard. But I just knew that was not my career choice. I actually wanted to start off to be a meteorologist, and I see your tattoo. So it's something we have in common. Wanted to be a meteorologist, didn't work out. So I think I was always fighting for something else. And then I have PCOS, so was on my journey, infertility. We had a baby. We were about to have a second baby. With PCOS, you're back and forth in your weight. So I was just trying to find a way to share the recipes that was a big help during that journey. So then I started Instagram, started sharing my recipes, and then that's when Whole30 came around, and I got really big into Whole30, did a lot of takeovers with their pages, ended up writing some of their cookbook. I wrote some chapters in that. So it just kind of
organically happened.
It organically happened, and I used to be totally against social media. I was not on. I hated it. And
why did you hate it?
I don't know. I think one, I had like a 2-year-old, and I wanted to keep her privacy safe.
Right.
And I don't know. I think compare game is a big thing with social media. It's exhausting.
I've never even heard that, and I know without a doubt what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it's just exhausting. So I think there was this push and pull of, well, I kind of want to start this because you never know what can happen, but it's scary too.
Do you find that one of the hardest parts about it, I just feel after talking to you, as long as I have, you're going to immediately get this. There's so many moments in life that you want to enjoy for yourself in the moment, and social media, sometimes you think, oh, if this is good, I better get it on camera.
We watch everything through a lens.
Yeah,
we don't
and
watch everything, and it takes joy away. And as somebody, this is my job. My husband works with me. This is our livelihood, and you have to come to an understanding that you have to pull back, or you're just going to live in this la la land world that's not real. Yeah. So it's very difficult, but I just decided to jump in. And if I didn't, oh my gosh, I would have missed out on so much. So I took a leap, and then 2019, I was able to leave my job. So
wow.
When I did Whole30,
when I met my wife is when you were able to make that transition to full time.
Yeah. So, and then my husband left his job. He was a manager for Cox, with the neurologist in health administration, so he was able to leave in 2020. We have 3 employees. We contract them out. So we have 3 people that work alongside with us. I never like to say 4 because we are a team. So it's just grown into
that's crazy,
pure magic. And who would have thought? I'm just a southern little country girl. I grew up very simple. I'm very humble, and I feel very blessed.
You really are.
Yeah, I feel I like, you meet some people who have 1 million followers, and it's kind of a weird vibe.
For sure.
I don't think
I've met people with less than that it's a very weird vibe.
I don't feel like I'm a big deal at all. I feel honored when you or anybody else asks and they want to talk to me, because it's like, well, I'm just, like I said, I grew up in a town of 300. I graduated with 21 students.
Okay, there is something there, because most of the people that I've interviewed with a big social media following were from small towns.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly everybody. It's actually kind of odd how much commonality there is there.
Well, I think you grow up so small that there's this big world out there, and you're just exploring it, and there's just so much more that you can do, and it kind of puts a fire under you, like, look at where I came from, but now what I've built,
Because it really, I grew up in a town of, I think, 2,500 or something.
Oh, yeah.
So it's that same thing. And I'm from Oklahoma, so the tornadoes just like
don't get me started.
Everybody just gets so on edge when there's a tornado warning, and I'm like, guys, the likelihood of this coming down on the top of our house, they were just so common in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
There would be 150 a year. They were constant.
But usually in Oklahoma, they're out in the fields.
Yeah.
They're easy to see. But when you're in
Oklahoma is so flat. I bug my wife with this, because I would have never considered that there was so much actual beauty in flatness, but you can see the sky so well. There's nothing really exciting on the ground, but you get so much sky. And with the tornadoes, you could see them from a long ways away, but they are just out in the flat fields.
And when you're in Missouri, buddy, in the Ozarks, you can't see them. I don't feel like it's hard to see them.
Yeah, you can't even see. Yeah,
but other people get scared, and I get kind of excited because, like I said, I wanted to start school for meteorology. I wanted to be a little weather woman. But do you know what would happen if I was a weather woman? I would have to completely change my voice. And that's there's not a chance.
You wouldn't necessarily have to change your voice, but you would have to probably change certain enunciations.
Yeah, and that's just not going to happen because I can barely pronounce words as it is. So what meteorology did not work for me. But you know what? I love watching Storm Chasers. I'm watching Eye of the Storm right now. Have you seen it on Discovery Channel? Watch it.
It's great.
They do Oklahoma.
Let's talk about Healthy Little Peach as far as, and it's very hard for me not to say Healthy Lil. It's Little. It's the correct pronunciation. So what would you say is the main move you made that, of course, it did not happen overnight, but got you to 1 million followers? What tactic specifically?
What consistency?
Okay, it is
even in your slumps, even in your dark seasons where you're like, this is going nowhere. Consistent.
Okay.
Consistently. But I think being yourself.
I knew that was the tip you were going to give.
I know it really is. But so many people think it's like this magic. You can take a magic pill and you can just become viral. You just have to be yourself. You have to be consistent, and I think it's going to eventually pop off. That's how it did for me. I think my accent does have a lot to do with it. I think it's great. I think it helps because it gives me a character. It gives me a character. So I think that helps. But right now, I've been in the biggest funk I've ever been in social media because of all the things we have going on, the renovation, the kids, because you have to change so much with social media that it becomes this hamster wheel. Like, you can't keep up. It's changing so much so fast now, and where it used to be condensed, it's so broad. It seems like
I hit you up at a very right time because I can tell that you're really putting a lot more of yourself into your pages versus kind of that separation of it being about food only.
It's got to be both. And I'm so I worry a lot about what people think. I'm a people pleaser, so if somebody says something hurtful, it does affect me. You have to have thick skin, and I do have thick skin, but I think I just want everybody to like me, and if they don't, it hurts. So, and then you got to come to a point of I either change and I go with it and I share who I am and I get on, or it's going to fall apart. So you have to very much go with the flow, watch trends, watch what's happening, follow. I think it's Massier on Instagram. He's the main guy, and he gives those updates. You really have to lean into that.
I have two things here. Yeah. One, there's no influencer I like that posts this week's dance and this. I do not like any. It's just not for me. Any of the people that just take a trend every day, they're hitting the top. And I know that's not what you're saying. No. But I'm saying those are the people that I wouldn't have anything to interview them about.
If there's no creativity.
Right. And I can't do that. But the thing that I'm really not struggling with, but trying to figure out is there's only so many people to interview if I want them to be in this room.
Yeah.
There's not, I can step out to Zoom, but it's like there are only a certain amount of people here.
You can get in this.
So, yes. So my decision is either be consistent, it is who it is every week, or I kind of come out with episodes when I have a guest that I think is interesting. And I have kind of leaned towards that second, but I suppose I need to be using more clips or my life or to post more consistently.
You're a DJ. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're a DJ. You have gigs, correct?
Right.
You could do stuff with that. Yeah. I mean, there's just...
I thought you were going to say, you're a DJ. You don't have to do it.
No, but okay. you know,
you're right.
When I looked at your page, I know you do podcasts, but I want to know what else you do.
Yeah.
Like, what are some tips that you can give for DJs? What are some playlists?
So you're going back to tips. That's what I always hear is the thing.
You just shared a lot with me on audio. You don't think people would want to know that, who are DJs, who are trying to do a podcast?
So you think you just put all of the different things on the same page?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, I am food, but like I'm getting more into... Like I'm doing the home renovation, so I'm going to share stuff of that. People are craving that. People were craving like the hands and pan style recipes for a long time. But if you don't have a face to go with your account, I'm finding it hurts. It really hurts. Because you did,
even when I first knew of you, I thought, I don't think she would do any collab posts because the aesthetic is so perfect on her page that I don't think she would want to leave that aesthetic ever. But it's different now.
There is no aesthetic. You know what? Real is the only way to go. And I grew up very simple, but as I got older, people pleasing. You want to be perfect. You want to look perfect. You're on social media. People are judging you. But once you let that down, people respect you and they connect with you so much more. And that's what I'm learning. And man, that's easier to lean into. Why not be yourself?
So you told me that you had watched the episode with Carissa Cordell and you
love her.
You didn't know who she was before that?
I had no idea. I had seen her on the news. But
you didn't know
I didn't know how many, I didn't know how great she was because a number only means so much. You know, you see 600,000, you see 1 million, but that doesn't make them awesome, you know.
Right, for sure.
But her personality, I loved how confident she was. And look at her views. You just gravitate towards her. So that's what I'm missing. But you can always learn from everybody around you. You can look at, say, don't ever copy. Gosh, don't ever copy.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah,
yes.
It's so like...
I at least know I'm doing my own thing, and that's why... I just don't have a ton of respect for that. It doesn't make it wrong. I love pop songs that sound like other pop songs. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That will never connect with me. That just trends on
Well,
me.
And that's how a lot of the younger generation, I feel like they are coming in and being more creative. But if you have somebody like my age who's wanting to start, sometimes they'll take recipes or sometimes they'll I work really hard with my aesthetic for my videos, or they'll take like shot by shot. And while you're so like, wow, they love how I'm doing mine, they're doing theirs like me, there's this component that's like, oh, that hurts because I spent all this time on it. And then they're taking it word for word, they're taking it shot for shot. So you do have to be creative, and it's hard.
Do you get many hateful comments?
You know, I get some. Everybody does.
Like
but
what? Like I'm actually curious.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go too hateful because
I'm gonna go. They can go insane.
I'm gonna go hateful funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna share
That's the Chris's style.
I'm gonna share 2 of my favorite comments of all time.
Okay.
This one guy was so mad about a recipe. He goes, "Your food tastes like Applebee's, and I hate Applebee's." And he thought he burned me so bad. But what he doesn't understand is Applebee's is one of my favorite joints to go eat.
Oh, I love that.
I can go
There's such a good clip on Survivor that I think I'm going to have to use it. So I'm going to plug that in. So.
I can go throw down some boneless buffalo wings.
So he thought he was hitting you where it would hurt, and you were like, thank you.
Yeah, and this next one, I can kind of see, but they told me I look like a Who from Whoville, and I can see it. I can see little Cindy Lou.
Wow.
And then my Ellen.
I'm sorry. That is just funny.
It's the nose.
Good.
It's a little sparkle on my cheek.
No, that was. I wouldn't say it was true. It is funny.
It's true. Those are 2 of the best ones.
That's good.
But yeah, I try to look at the positive, because when I first started, I really held on to every single negative. So I think if you just laugh at it, it just rolls off a little easier.
I feel like I have tougher skin after years in radio, because it is weird. Even though there's not really a physical place to comment, like not the same way it is on social media, it would get back to you. You'd still hear some really hateful things. Where for whatever reason, and this is something Chris has said, when it's on social media, you think the fact that this person is willing to put that out there, it tells you who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I've never written a comment about anybody like some of the stuff I've seen.
I do thumbs up or hearts.
Like it's like I would never write that. So I think if you're willing to write that and let everybody see it, that just tells me a lot.
Well, and have you ever seen, I don't ever call people out by name, because I don't want to ever stoop to their level. I maybe have one time and I regretted it, because I don't know. There's if they're silly enough to say it, just let people in the comments that go and read it. Just let them handle it.
They will handle it,
because it makes you look bad when you're calling them out by name. So I try not to do that. But if you ever go look at their profiles, or
it just says everything,
like the positivity they have, like in their profile, like lover of everything, or lover of cats. It's like it says a lot, you know.
The people that will write that never have any like actual following or pictures, or they're normally just like hater accounts that.
But how many bots do you think there are? I think there's a lot of bots.
A lot.
There's a lot of bots where they're trying to get it.
Yeah,
they're trying to get you upset. So
Yeah,
I
didn't really think about that. That seems true.
Oh yeah.
The thing about posting doing collab posts with Chris is I've been able to see what the comments are, because they come in for both of us. People love her. Like guys are obsessed with her.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
It is like, because it is either guys trying to write a funny comment that they're hoping is going to make it on one of her videos.
Oh, yeah.
Or the comment is, I don't know why they're saying that about you. You're perfect like you are. One of those two.
Oh, yeah.
And there's way more of the, you're so perfect how you are, than the other.
But do you understand why she's so successful? She really does not care.
I know.
She does not care. And I want that so bad.
No, I get it.
Please give that to me.
I get it. She was so awesome. And that was one of those interviews that when I did it, I was like, okay, this is a good one. Special.
Oh, she's great. Yeah.
It really, okay, here's a good question right after that, with that segue. Have you ever had any celebrities hit you up?
Okay, so I get excited to talk about this.
I figured.
So I love Jennifer Love Hewitt. So Jennifer Love Hewitt, she always comments for my recipes.
Really?
And that's a weird one. So, and then do you know Benny Blanco?
Yes, I'm a songwriter.
But yeah, Benny Blanco. So he, like, I have a Gatorade series going, and he likes some of my stuff.
Okay,
and
that's
and then
awesome.
Sophie Cunningham.
That I don't know that person.
The WNBA.
Okay.
Plays with Kate and Clark.
Gotcha.
She liked one of my posts. So I've had more. I just don't.
Benny Blanco. That one blows my mind.
Benny Blanco. I want to go do like a collab with going to taste food in LA with him. He's the best.
I'll do the sound.
Yeah, so I thought that he actually liked like 3 or 4. So I think he went on my page and scrolled down.
Benny Blanco is if you're not the best looking out there, He married Selena Gomez.
I mean,
so if that's not giving you hope, man,
I'm telling you, he's got a good personality.
No, I know, and he's super talented. I'm just saying, like, he didn't get like a 10 of 10 in the looks, and he's married to Selena Gomez.
A 10.
There's there's hope in that for the men out there. Yeah. That is so cool.
Yeah. So Jennifer Love Hewitt, she's so nice.
And
she still follows me, so I'm like,
wow.
Yay.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I knew you. That's the kind of stuff that, like, I knew somebody had to have made their way to you.
Yeah.
Because,
and I've had more. I just don't remember, but there have been more.
So, all right. So let's go to, you said that you started it because, what was the reason?
So I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. A lot of women have it. Okay. And it's where you struggle with your weight, infertility. I have insulin issues. So I was wanting to get online to share my recipes and my journey on how exactly I lost weight. During that time, I had lost like 40, 50 pounds. So just sharing that process of eating clean, nourishing my body, healing my body through food. And then we were able to conceive our second baby pretty easy. The first, Eloise, was our first child. She was pretty hard to conceive.
Okay, when you made it to this point, how many followers do you think you had at that? Oh, so this is when it started.
I started 0. I just kept posting. And then...
Are we talking daily?
Daily.
Oh,
I just kept posting like pictures. I mean, this is when Instagram was like...
Pictures
put the
only?
Filters on, like pictures only. I mean, just super...
Like 2017, you said?
2017, yeah. So just posting my recipes. And then the Whole30 came around. And
what is that? Tell me.
So Whole30 is like a 30-day reset. You take out dairy, you take out gluten, you take out all of these foods, and it really heals your body.
Okay.
I don't necessarily believe in it today because it is, in my opinion, it's still a diet, and it's that diet culture where you have to restrict, and then you have to go through this pattern of, I'm off of it for 30 days. Now I'm back. I don't like that.
My wife has taught me since I met her, I don't think my weight has ever varied. 15 pounds maybe on either side would be the max, because like she has taught me about macros, and dieting is you're nearly setting yourself up for later failure. Mm-hmm. So if you can't continue it, there are times where I suppose would need to diet, but it isn't a recipe for success. It kind of is the opposite.
It's so like if you're on 30 days and you get off, of course you're going to gain weight because you can't
feel worse. Yeah,
and you're going to feel so. Then
okay.
I mean, she has this thing where she calls it food freedom, and although it has helped so many people, it helped me for years. I believed in it for years, but you outgrow things, you learn things, and I've always had an issue since I was a kid with my weight, like up and down and left, like everywhere. I'll be really skinny or really big, and then it fluctuates so much. So finding the balance of macros, I've been in a calorie deficit since last January, and I'm down like 35 pounds. And you know what?
That's such an appropriate time.
Yeah, it's been like a year and a half, and I have enjoyed all the food. I don't take away food anymore, and it makes life so much more enjoyable. Like I enjoy eating food. I enjoy going out to eat because I know what I can consume now that's going to benefit my body, but also allow me to enjoy life.
Yeah.
So, Whole30 did help, though. It was a big turning point in growing Healthy Little Peach because I was able to do recipe takeovers, and back then a recipe takeover was huge. So you take over their page.
Okay, so this is how big is this?
So they were like maybe 800,000 at the time.
Okay.
They were huge.
How did you get associated with them?
Tagging.
Okay.
Making recipes. Creating recipes, and then asking, just shooting my shot.
So you would take theirs over, and would you be allowed to tag yourself in it?
Oh, yeah. They knew
that's how. Okay.
So I would post 7 days worth of recipes, tell my story, and then, tag myself. And I even had ebooks back then, like, here's a recipe ebook for Whole30 meals, and I just played it right. I knew how to play the game, and I knew how to connect with women who were struggling the same way. I had a good story. I had a really good story, and that connected. Overnight, I gained 35,000 followers.
Wait, now what was the thing that made this overnight happen?
Whole30 takeover. The Whole30 recipe. So
just your first one?
Just my first one. It was a Whole30 recipe takeover on their page.
7 days, you said?
7 days, and it was overnight. I
And
could not believe it.
35,000, you said?
And that was my instant boost. And then I was able to really show my personality, get my recipes out there, because I've always loved to cook. Cooking is my thing. So I just became really good at it, telling a story and sharing.
Because I learned the most wanted job for kids, I think, is doctor still, but second or third is YouTuber, and then like 6 or 7 is influencer.
Yeah.
Imagine that kids want to be influencers. But because of that, my point is, I think half of the people out there would like to be an influencer.
I mean, and you know what's weird?
I think that may be a small
I don't
number.
like that word.
I get that.
I don't like the word influencer. I like
What
the
do
word.
you like?
I call myself a food blogger. I know that might not be like the today terms, but I think there's so much
I think it's kind
negative.
of more accurate about that.
Yeah, because I do have a website. Like my website is our main income. It is such a great part of what we do.
Are you partnering with food brands?
Sponsorships on Instagram I do very well at. But then the blog, you sign up with like Raptive. It's an ad service, and what they do is place ads through your website. And do you ever get on a recipe site and you're like, daggum, all these ads, it's driving me nuts. Why isn't there just why don't they just why are they beating around the bush? Why don't they just give me the recipe? Well, you can't. If you're making money on Google, you have to understand the game. You have to understand how to rank, and you have to write your posts to meet Google's requirements. So you rank in Google, just like you would rank in Instagram or social media.
So you are giving away the recipes, or you are not?
You are.
Okay.
You're giving the recipe away for free, but you would have to, you scroll down to the recipe card, and there are ads throughout, and people get mad that you have ads.
But that's how you're...
I mean, you have to test. You have to photograph. There's so many hours that goes into one blog post, and I'm giving you a free recipe. Ads should be your last worry.
Well, yeah.
You know?
This is something I've talked about so much, of just people need to think about the fact that whatever content you are consuming, if there were not ads or promotions,
you're not going to consume
they
it.
wouldn't be there to consume.
No.
Like, the people that are doing this stuff have to live.
Yeah.
It's like a TV show. There's commercials in there. And there's not commercials in streaming services because you're paying for them.
Yeah.
It just, there has to be money acquired at some point for people to create good content.
And people
Has
get
to
mad.
exist.
Some people get mad, but I'm like, how awesome is it that I have created a brand a platform that brands want to work with?
Well, yeah,
you know,
that's
and
the coolest
I
to
take
me.
pride in it now, and where I used to be kind of like, oh, do I need to post this? But I am very particular about brands that I partner with. It has to be something I love or that I use.
In your world, that would matter.
It matters. It
'Cause,
matters.
Yeah, you need to keep up something that people would trust, because to me, you would only have to make that mistake 2 times and people would start leaving.
Yeah.
Because 1, you might get for free, but 2, the second I think somebody is doing things mostly for the motive of just promoting.
Just money, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I will turn on somebody.
You know, McDonald's could come to me for, $1 million. Can you promote this? I mean, for $1 million.
Okay, I was like,
I mean, but for a good rate.
I get what
but
you mean.
I couldn't do it. That's just not fair.
See how the million hit yours?
Oh yeah.
Because $1 million is still a million.
million's pretty good.
So that's what I'm saying with your followers.
I know.
So I have to go back to something funny you said, because you said, have you ever looked at a recipe and... No.
You haven't.
I don't. I care about food on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 1.7.
But I'm sure your wife has.
Yeah, then that's why I said she knew you were immediately.
She did, okay.
Like, it was like, I just don't care about food.
Well, that's okay.
And it's really weird, because the reason that I find this all interesting, though, is I look at it as art.
Oh yeah.
And I know people are going to hear that and think it's cheesy, but it is 100%.
100.
Just like the way an artist would have the paint and the canvas, it's all the same. And so I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't like to cook at all. And I'm not I don't, what is it that Billy would consider himself? Like
a foodie.
Yes.
A foodie.
I'm not a foodie.
Oh, see, I'm such a foodie, and I dream about recipes. I dream. I have
I
a
believe you. That's so
recipe
funny.
book that I leave by by bedside, and when I have an idea, I write it down, and I make some of the best recipes out of that. Like, it is my passion. I love it. So when people complain, like, just give me the recipe already, it shouldn't be that easy when I've put all this time and money and effort into it. You should go to my page, my blog, and that's helping me to keep creating.
Yeah. Well, and I feel identical of the best part of getting to do my own business is I can work on my clock, which I'm very much a night owl, wake up late. But my best ideas normally come at 2 a.m.-ish in bed, and I'm writing them on my phone. Or I'm quietly singing an idea next to my wife.
That's awesome.
Multiple jingles. I have sang it like, about this volume, and I go back and find them, and I'm like, yep.
You need to write a jingle for Healthy Little Beach. I'm putting you got to do that. But I'm a night owl. I have a little bit of insomnia. I don't sleep a lot. Like, I could get by with 2 or 3 hours of sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's always been an issue. I just don't sleep. I worry about a lot of stuff too, but that's when I get my best ideas.
I think I love the nighttime so much because, like, the world is asleep and there's no pressure. No one knows. Yeah. It's just very freeing. But yeah, I have to sleep. It essentially, the way my brain is wired, being asleep is akin nearly to being dead.
Seriously.
Just because life isn't happening because you're asleep.
Oh, yeah. You're just,
And I get how stupid that sounds.
No,
but
I feel like I never go into a deep sleep. I feel like I'm always on the edge of, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just don't feel like I ever go into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
I'll wake up worrying within, like, if I go to sleep, I can wake up within 5 minutes worrying about something else.
That's why when I left my radio job, I loved the people I worked with, but I knew I was sad about 30 minutes, and I just knew how stressed I had been.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I'm not a foodie, I very much believe in all of the stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
Big time.
Well, thank you.
So one of the things that's interesting, and you talked about this earlier, is the comparison thing, because what I've realized is you have 1 million followers, I have about 3,500, but when you make a post, if it gets 10,000 likes and you're like, oh, they normally get 15,000. And for mine, if I post one and it gets 100, but I'm like, they normally get 150, it's exactly the same.
No, it's exactly the same.
It's exactly the same.
Like, what did I do wrong?
Yes.
What did I do wrong? How can they get that?
Yes.
And I can't. It's exhausting.
Because even though yours is more, it's the same thing. The lens we look at
because
it. You're
life
comparing
is
yourself.
all about likes.
Yep.
It's what I feel like. I mean, when you're in this industry, life is about likes. It's about shares. It's about saves. And you have to fight to make that content that people want to share. And it's so hard not to compare yourself. It takes joy away from creating sometimes, because 100%. It's like, what do I got to do that's viral that I can go? So you're chasing being viral than just connecting with your community, giving them helpful, because that's what I need to do. I have a great community in stories because they know my life, but within my page, it's just they know me for food. But I need to have a bigger connection with my community outside of stories, and I think that's important.
Do you think? I think that your community is going to be really excited to see this interview.
Well, I'm excited
because have you done anything like this?
I did early on, but I said,
but you had other people like interview you.
Oh yeah,
you did.
I've had that. Yeah, I was on Food Network Cupcake Wars, so I have done things. I'm just.
Oh, we got to come back to that.
Yeah,
That's
cool. So it's kind of embarrassing, but anyway, so I've done things. It's just as I've gotten older and as I've gotten more into the role of being an influencer. You worry about what everybody thinks. It's a mind game. So that's why I pull back sometimes, or that's why I become a hermit and I don't go out a lot, because it's just this, oh my gosh, she's got 1 million followers. And then I feel like it's just like this constant judgment, like she looks like this. Or I know it's silly, but I'm just not that girl. Like, I'm not fancy. I don't like to put on airs. And you just don't know how people are going to take you.
Yeah. I think that they're going to. I'm really excited about it. I think people are going to like it.
Yeah, like I have a very sassy personality. You've seen it. And I feel like sometimes, can I put that on? Can I not? So sometimes I've held myself back.
The thing that made me so excited to do this is when you're putting yourself out there from the POV of a camera, no one's like prompting you, so
Right.
everything comes off with a different air. Sometimes
Yes.
it's not bad.
No.
It can be good, but you're basically saying to people, hey, I had this thought and it's so important to me that I'm going to share it with you, versus when somebody's like asking you questions, it causes kind of an introspection that's different, because you're having to think, for this question, how do I want to put myself out there? And that didn't probably make any sense, but I think that people are going to be excited to hear you kind of just put yourself out in a way that you didn't necessarily make the decision to, I want to share this. I ask you and you just kind of have to go the direction.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes
No,
any
it makes
sense.
Here's another example. So for my renovation, my home, you even second guess what you like and what you're doing in your home,
Yes.
because you get so many opinions when you do share. You're like, well, why did I even share in the first place? So it becomes, again, this push and pull of what do I share? So, for example, my girls, everybody loves my girls. And I used to share them early on. But over the past year, we've pulled back completely because we've had a scare with, I'll just tell you real quick.
Yeah.
We were at the beach 2 or 3 years ago, and a DM comes in that says, I see you.
Oh.
It's a no face. They literally were watching us on the beach. My girls, after that, I started pulling back. But then this past year, I have an 11-year-old and I have an 8-year-old. And then it becomes, do I want their whole life on the internet?
Yeah.
Do I want them to look back when they're older and be like, Mom, why did you share that? That's private. Why would you do that? And then it becomes like, are they making money off my content? How weird is that? I will post them from the back or from the side, and maybe every now and then, but it's not something that I feel confident or comfortable anymore. Joel's on the same page, and I respect influencers who do their family. That's just not my thing. I don't think that you need to share when you go to the bathroom or when your kids have a big milestone that's just you know what I mean, like I just had my Nora, she had a dance recital. I shouldn't have to put her in her little costume and put that on social media. That's for me.
Well,
so,
and so the thing about it is too is you're playing by a different rule set because of your followers, because where me or my wife could put it out there and it's just like and this moment in time, if it went on my page, like just the likelihood of that happening, but when you're in the million scheme,
it gets
it's
uncomfortable.
like,
but
you
then
just never know.
It really does get hairy when you're like, are they making money? Because there's states now that you can't put your kids in content. Have you seen that? Where
that doesn't surprise me. I knew that would be coming.
The kids can't make the money, because if they are, you should be putting it back for your kids. Yeah, so you just got to find that happy medium, because, like I said, I've seen families that put everything when they go to the bathroom, or just they're living through the lens. They're not living in real life.
Family do like daily vlogs.
Oh yeah, I don't want my kids to be like, Mom, why do you got the camera in my face? I want to give them respect and privacy that they want. And as my daughter gets older, she doesn't want to go to school and be like, the kids like, what did you do? You did this weekend, or you did. So
I know it is a real.
Yeah, you have to. But like on my normal Facebook page, I'll put them. But I've had a lot of friends do the same thing, and I think the kids even have a sigh of relief, because it's like, I don't have the camera in their face all the time. I have real life connection. And that's what you want, because you want to enjoy your kids for you, not for what everybody else.
I know.
And I'm going to tell you something. When I did used to post my kids, they would comment on their clothes, their hair. And I'm like, we're not going there.
Wow.
Those are off limits.
I'm very interested to hear what feedback this all gets, because I feel that I feel most of the time when I'm interviewing somebody, I know how to appeal to their viewers as well. But in yours specifically, with Billy also, 417 Foodist, we worked together at Power. He was like, him and I were both starting to get interested in social media at the same time. So I kind of get his followers because they're mostly 417. I kind of know his come up. Yours, I don't exactly know how to cater it all to who would follow you. So that's why I kind of wanted us to go off of my normal script.
And to dive deep.
Because I feel like your viewers would be interested to know about like what you just told me.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's interesting.
Well, and so what happened is when I posted them all the time, my followers did get attached to them. They want to know, what is Eloise doing? What is Nora doing? Like, there's followers who want that. But again, you just have to do what's best for you.
Yeah.
And you know, I share a little bit about their life and what they're going through. But again, it just comes down to privacy. But I think you can do a little bit of both, but your content just doesn't have to be about your kids all the time.
Yeah.
Even though I know there's family vlogs, I get it. But
do you still feel very glad that food is the genre that you're working in?
You know what? I do. But again, I want my personality and a little bit of life to come through.
Okay.
But Joel, my husband, is not comfortable. You don't see Joel much.
Yeah, I don't. I've never seen what he looks like.
He's just he's. Have you ever seen Talladega Nights? When Will Ferrell's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Anytime I put Joel on film, he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. But I will say, whenever I do share Joel, whenever he's like, okay, put me on, people go nuts for him. Okay. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, but people love him.
Really.
And my cockapoos, like when I share my cockapoos. But again, I'm not saying I'll never, but just in this season of life, I think the girls need their privacy. And the beach incident really scared me.
So
but
creepy.
I will say there are people, followers that will come to me and talk to me, and I love it. I love for people to come talk to me. But I don't know, you just have to make that decision based on your views.
All right, so we got to go back to this cupcake wars.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't even ask you about it, but you said that's embarrassing. So it's like, God. Let's go back to this.
So I have always had 16 different things going on. I am not somebody who can just have one job. I am a go-getter. I like to make my own money. I like to be independent. I like to have my own thing. So when I was a teacher, again, I always tried to, what else can I do? What can I do? Not that I didn't love teaching. I want to make that very clear. So some of my students actually graduated that I had, like in 1st and 3rd grade this year. And it's so special to see, like, Mrs. Mack was my favorite teacher. Mrs. McCrary was my favorite teacher. That means something. It just wasn't my calling, is what I'm saying. So when I was teaching, I had a cupcake business called Sweet Little Things and Company. So then I started making cupcakes. And it's shoot your shot. You got to shoot your shot. So I emailed Food Network. I want to be on Cupcake Wars. I got on Cupcake Wars just because I took a
emailed them.
Emailed them, and they wanted
lesson.
Email. Put yourself out there. But I emailed, and I sent in a video, an introduction video, and they loved me. So they put me on, and I was on an episode with one of my friends. Her name was Megan. But back then, I tried to be so fancy and so foo-foo. And do you remember when, like, the Bumpets were in style?
Yes.
I had a flippin' Bumpet, and I watched the whole episode like this, and I looked like Minnie Mouse, and it was not my best. It was not
Is it
my
on
best.
YouTube?
It's on Netflix, but don't watch.
We may need to put just a
My daughters
clip.
My daughters are like, I'm watching it. I was like, please don't watch it. Okay. So one day I come home, I went out for a walk, and they're like, we watched it. And Nora goes, why was your hair like that? So Nora's my spicy one. My Eleanor is extremely spicy. She walks around with candy cigarettes in her mouth. So she's my spicy one. So she was very critical about what I look like and how I did that show. But
the whole time you're talking about it, I'm thinking, wow, this would make a good clip.
Oh, yeah?
This is where the gems are here.
That's a gem. So, but I will say, reality TV is not what you think it is.
All right, so explain that.
It was an experience, but like everything you see is an illusion. It's not.
We'll go further. What do you mean?
So like Cupcake Wars, what do you think? Do you think I sit there and bake all 100 cupcakes? 100.
So what I would guess would be that I haven't watched the show, but I would guess that you get there, they do some like talking head interviews and find out like your background story. Then I would think you probably go on a little like set that's obviously cameras and you're at like a table, then I would assume you probably do some cooking and then somebody comes in and judges them and then you do another talking head interview.
Well, I mean, sort of. You did the talking head after, but like just for one round took about 12 hours to film. I was exhausted. I was exhausted.
12? Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think I may have signed something. I can't say everything, but just know it's not what you see. Reality TV is not what you see.
You can at least explain that, though. Like,
can I? I don't know if I can. Like, like
you signed an NDA?
I don't know if I did.
I think you're okay.
I mean, it's
you
been
don't have to get
2000
specific, but I can promise you.
So, like, you know, at the finale, I'm gonna get in trouble, I think.
All right, we won't put that in there.
I can just say it's not what you think it is.
Okay. Can I just put a little picture of you in this from the episode? No,
yeah, I don't care.
You don't care. Okay, good. I'm like,
as long as you know, I look like Minnie Mouse with a bumpet, and that was it wasn't a very tasteful outfit.
Okay.
But you know what? You live and you learn.
It wasn't very tasteful. What does that mean?
It was a little cringe. I mean,
okay.
I covered myself.
Like, oh, okay. I was like,
it was like polka dots. I guess not tasteful.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a good choice in outfits.
The Minnie Mouse is starting to make sense.
Yeah, it was just like, why did I? Do you ever look back like, why in the world did I make that decision to wear that?
But here's the thing, Gary Vee. You know him?
Living.
Yeah. He says that is the number one thing that we have to give up because your content, you are going to look back and it's going to be cringe.
You can't worry about it.
And he just says that stops people from doing what they should do because of that fear. And I feel that's true. Oh,
absolutely. And you know what? I look back and I did grow. Yeah. I learned something like, don't wear Minnie Mouse outfits if you go on TV.
Sure.
Certainly.
We all have to learn that lesson sometime.
Certainly do not wear a bumpet. I mean, I still have a little hair because I have always loved big hair, but that was on a different level.
Yeah.
That was on
like Snooki style?
I mean, we're close.
Oh, wow.
It was like, this is what I think. Like, why did I make that choice? And why did my husband say that is a good idea?
Well, husbands cannot be truthful like that. Let's just get that out there.
I mean,
there is a certain level. I don't care what anybody says. I'm very honest, but there are certain times that my wife asks me questions and I just tell her what she wants to hear. It's a dangerous game for a husband.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I thought, no, I'm only honest. And there's times you can be, but there's times you got to just
shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And that was a stressful time, so I think he was like, go get it, girl.
Yeah. Or who knows, he might like the Minnie Mouse vibes.
I don't think so.
That wasn't it?
But you know,
are you gonna died, sorry.
Oh no,
I don't know
did
if
it?
Died. It's not that big a deal. It's just
no. But you know what I will say? I feel like I've had a major glow up since then. I learned some stuff about my makeup, about my hair. When you see the picture, you're going to be like, you know what? You look a lot younger because you don't wear as much makeup as you used to. But
I find that's always the right play.
But I learned a lot from that moment. Will I ever do reality TV? No. Gordon Ramsay, I got reached out for that show because once you're on Food Network and they have your name, they will reach out for other shows. Guys, Grocery Games. After the experience with Cupcake Wars, I just couldn't do it.
Okay, so you just didn't want to do reality TV again ever?
No, because I watch the episode like this because I can't stand to hear my voice sometimes or just...
So you do have that. I think that's very common is people cringe when they hear their own voice.
It's like,
I'm just so used to that part.
But you know what? I used to hate my voice and I really like it now.
Good.
I'm starting to love myself a lot more.
It's interesting. It's always interesting. Another thing that I would give a piece of advice to people is the harsh things you think about yourself, other people are seeing that maybe 25% what you are. Like it's so common. People tell me, entertainers, whatever you would like to call it, tell me their insecurities, and I'm like, that's really like I don't see that at all. Sometimes people are right on and they know their faults, but we all judge ourselves so much, and especially harsher.
Women and on Instagram. Man, it's this comparison game. Like, why don't I have my house like that? Why don't I have those clothes? And then it's just like, I just need to be off social media altogether because it's eating me alive.
Yeah, my therapist was on like my third episode or so. Who brings their therapist on? I do.
I love my therapist.
He talked about how social media was incredibly negative for women specifically.
Oh, it is.
That there are studies that are like shocking.
Oh, yeah. Well, my 11-year-old, she's going to be
health.
12 soon, but she's like 5'6", 5'7", size 10. She looks like a 16, 17-year-old, and she's 11. So all of her friends have social media and phones, but you know what? She does not question it one bit. She doesn't say, Mom, I need this. She's so mature for her age. She says, I just want to be a kid. And that is what I have instilled in my kids is you don't need this because you're going to be a different kid when you have that phone. Now, do I judge people who let their kids have phone? Absolutely not. I think it all goes back to what works for your family. And some people don't see it that way. They get very frustrated that you have an opinion on it. But my kids know they're not going to have a phone for a long time. Now, when she gets 15, a few more years we'll talk about it, but I will not let her have Instagram.
You go back to, though, there's a very important sentence you said right there, and that is just what works for your family. Because it isn't tough from this outlet. For whatever reason, people just know we're going to give our opinions, and nobody dislikes that. But when it's given, I would have to think in a world like yours, it could be misconstrued as you're telling everyone they need to do it. When that isn't what you're saying.
No, and like I think we talked, like I'm 3.5 years sober. I'm alcohol free. And when I say that, people get offended because they're thinking that I'm judging you if you drink. But again, what works for you?
Right.
I have a totally different story of why I've gone through this. That doesn't mean you can't go drink on a Friday night with friends or be social. I'm just sharing what
see
what
the
I've
thing,
changed.
I wish I could do that, but it's like
I can't.
There was never that speed for me.
No.
And I look at somebody like my wife and I'm just like, how can you do that so responsibly? She just doesn't care. Like if she has a few drinks or doesn't have a few drinks, it means nothing to her. Like she just doesn't care either way. I can't really, it was very easy for me to cover things up with alcohol. For her, that's not even a temptation. So you were 3.5 years sober. You don't have to share too many details or anything. What kind of was your bottom? Like what was, you don't have to get very specific, but just what was it that made you think, okay, I need to change this pattern?
I've always had a very addictive personality. I have a little bit of OCD, so I'm just very, like I get hooked, hooked on stuff. So what happened was I live with chronic back pain. I was born without 2 facets in my back, so I have spondylitis and I've lost like 3-4 of my disc. They're completely degenerate. I have degenerative back disc. So they're all sitting on my nerves in my back. So I have hardly any feeling left of this left leg. Like it wraps around my hip, goes all the way to my toes. So I live in daily chronic pain, like severe chronic pain. So I used alcohol to cope because I knew I was so addicted to stuff that me and the doctor agreed that pain pills was not the route for me to go. Yeah. So without that, I did chronic pain management and I tried to learn how to use my mind for pain. But then I went to alcohol and it just became this, oh my gosh, I have to have this. And if I don't, and I couldn't just drink one, it was like, how many could I drink until I was completely numb? But it only lasts a little while. And then you have all the effects when you wake up you have all the effects. And then I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I have 2 children. I don't want them to see, me numbing myself.
I wondered when because you had just mentioned that you had the chronic back stuff. So I didn't know if it was going to actually be alcohol or if it was going to be opiates or what.
No,
so it's interesting that you never went down that road.
No, because if I did, I remember far back as like my wisdom teeth doing like hydrocodone for the pain and wanting it.
Oh, so they always say when you found like your drug of choice is where you feel like it fixed you.
Oh, it fixed it.
That's how I felt when I took it the first time. I thought, the world is wonderful. And I now look back and think, wow, I wish I had just never experienced that. Yeah. But that one, the only reason that I never got too deep into that world was I moved to Springfield and I didn't have any connections
to get it.
So that moved it totally to alcohol. And then you can't. Alcohol is just, when you need to withdraw, you can literally die. It's the only one that you need to go to the hospital to withdraw from.
But it's so easy to get. it makes it so easy.
Preach.
It makes it so easy. And so that was my bottom. And I hate to share this story, but I do because it will help others. I have the best heart. I am a good mother. I'm a good wife. I'm all the above, but we all have downfalls. And I remember my daughter who was, well, she's 11 now. So however old she was would be like, Mom, why are you drinking so much? Or why do you have to have that drink? And then that was like, oh, I'm done. I am done. So I stopped pretty much that day and I did not touch it.
Wow.
And now my husband's never been a big drinker. Like, okay, were you here when they had like the pub crawls or like ladies' night at the Boogie?
Yeah, because I'm always DJing during the pub crawls.
Yeah, so when I went to college, I was a party girl. I loved to go out on ladies' night. Joel wasn't in that scene. Joel would drop me off.
Oh, you guys have been together that long?
Oh, I'll have to show you a picture. We grew up down the road from each other.
Oh,
He's
wow.
my little buddy. Joel is my best friend. He is the absolute best. Like, we're obsessed with each other.
So you met your hottie husband at like 10?
Yeah, you want me to show you a picture?
Yeah.
You want me to show you? Okay, you can put it up on the screen.
Okay,
too.
I would love to.
But Joel is the most supportive person I've ever had in my life. He never really, he said drinking didn't taste good and it didn't make him feel good. So Joel was never, he would drink socially.
I cannot relate to that.
No,
I get
because
it.
I love bourbon.
I know.
I love bourbon.
For me, it was just like,
numbing.
woo-hoo.
When can I have my next drink? And do you know when I did drink a lot, he never judged me. And that was just like, man, he's a good guy.
Yeah, my wife is so like that too. I never feel judgment from her ever. And that's a wonderful
That's having
quality.
a good partner. But again, you sometimes do need to be called out when it becomes but I knew it was a problem. This is us when we were about 4.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah, we were like 4. So, you know.
Oh, your phone's heavy.
Oh, I could have
this case.
Yeah. But he's just,
wow.
He's my buddy.
I can clip that up in the scene?
Yeah. Okay. So he's my little buddy, and this looks identical to Eloise, and this looks identical to Nora.
That is crazy.
He's just, oh my gosh, I don't think he's ever said really anything mean to me. He's always just been just the absolute best. So Joel was a big reason too. It's like, I don't want to be this wife that's drinking all the time, that, I don't know, you just feel out of it.
It's
and
funny.
You wake up and you just feel like crap.
Well, yeah, that's something that somebody told me really early. You don't stop drinking for the drink, you stop drinking for the hangovers. Like, it's just the worst.
Well, the inflammation it was putting in my back, I was actually hurting myself more than helping myself, because once I stopped drinking, the inflammation went away and I felt so much better.
And the thing that blows my mind is alcohol is literally a poison,
it's a poison.
And the body trying to get it out of itself is what's getting you drunk.
Oh, I know.
And when you really know like the concept of what's happening, it's not good for anybody.
No.
Like, it's pretty negative.
Well,
but
what cracks me up, and again, I'm not judging anybody.
Yeah, me neither. That's not what I meant that at all.
This is what cracks me up is, let's say I have a Diet Coke. A crispy Diet Coke from McDonald's, which really is delicious. I mean, come on. It's delicious every now and then. Do you know why it's extra delicious, by the way?
I thought it was extra carbonation.
No, they ship it cold. McDonald's is the only place that ships Diet Coke cold. Everything else is shipped hot. Anyway,
it is better.
Yeah, so these healthy people will drink alcohol, but they get onto you for drinking a Diet Coke, and I don't understand that correlation because alcohol, again, not judging you, but I've had that.
It's just not like good for anybody.
No, it's not good for anybody.
We all do stuff that isn't good for us, but it's just like it isn't, and it's weird when you see it after the fact.
Well, and I say everything in moderation, so I guess it could go for that too, but everything in moderation wasn't that for alcohol for me.
Right.
There was no moderation.
Yes, and I found that that's just all things like that. I just have to like stay away from those.
Or even the little bottles that you get at a gas station. You remember those?
So I've learned that, and this is going to be one of those things. I'm sure somebody's going to be offended by this right in, but those little bottles are really made for like heading out on the lake and then alcoholism.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't. Here's what I have learned: you don't need to pace yourself when
No.
you don't have a drinking problem. So why not just get the bottle? Mm-hmm. When you're getting like pints and half pints and shooters, you're thinking in that moment, I should only have 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's no other
or
reason
you hide
to
it
do
easier.
that. Yes.
You know, you hide.
Right.
But
So I have noticed that over 10 years of sobriety
that's amazing, by the
you
way.
just
Congrats.
thank you. And it does feel like when I look at my life now as a sober
So
person,
different.
I mean, it's just, and I also am so lucky when you talk about your husband of like, I have one of those relationships that I'm sure is obnoxious to other people.
About how you're obsessed.
Yeah,
you are. Us
and
too.
it just,
Us
it
too.
really, like the level we get along. I mean, our version of like a fight,
It's
it
just a
wouldn't even
disagreement.
ping on somebody's
No,
radar.
no.
Like, I don't think we've ever been in a fight.
See, isn't it
it's
so
like,
great? But I
yeah.
think that's what happens when you find your person. Like Joel is just, I sing his praises nonstop. And I've had women tell me I shouldn't put him on a pedestal, but that's exactly where you should put your.
I agree. I mean, she
You know,
deserves it. Like, I'm so attracted to her.
Yeah.
Like, she's so kind, so
and by
supportive.
the way, she's
It
gorgeous
just, like,
and does not look her age.
I think she
Jackpot.
and she has a 14-year-old, so it's like people are mind blown when they see them together.
Yeah.
So it and that's been really fun too, because that was not, I never even wanted to have kids.
Yeah.
So meeting her and her having a 7-year-old, it was kind of perfect because like babies don't do anything for me.
Right.
I'm kind of just like, aren't they so cute? And I'm thinking like, I guess they just look like a baby, but I liked like 7 years old was fun, and so it
got
just
sleep.
worked.
You got
out.
sleep. But,
Yeah, it just all worked out. So it
But
was
I want to
really,
go back real quick to the alcohol. Do you see, like when I look back at pictures of myself when I was deep into it, I look like a completely different person.
100%.
Like I look so old. I look so. My face is puffy. I had
Puffy,
gained
swollen.
I gained so much weight.
That was a point when I was wearing t-shirts and then a shirt on top of it as like a covering
Cover up.
aspect.
Oh, yeah.
And that I look back and think like, wow, I didn't kind of have no confidence. Like I had none.
Oh, yeah.
The actual life was over is the way I felt in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like I there was nothing I was actually really living for in hindsight. To get drunk.
It
but-
makes depression more depression.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad we can connect on that, because a lot of people think I'm judging, and I'm not. Again, you have different levels. Like Joel could drink a beer, or
Right.
it doesn't affect. He doesn't drink any. He doesn't touch any alcohol. He hasn't since I have. But that was never.
Yeah, and we've
was
never had
never
it
his
in our
thing.
house. Like
Yeah.
Sarah can drink sometimes, like when I'm DJing, but I mean, she just doesn't
Doesn't
care about
care.
it at all, and she's just never had any in her house. Which is, I haven't felt tempted to drink in a long.
It makes me
time.
want to throw up to smell it.
Yeah, same.
It really
I just
does.
I don't have any interest, but I would never put myself in the position to even push that button again. Even if I thought I could drink, I wouldn't do it. Just
We have too many years under us to even crack.
Yep.
Like I had a cook with one of my recipes, my grandma's recipes was with white wine. I went to the liquor store and got non-alcoholic wine.
Really?
Just because it felt weird that I didn't want to go back down that path. So it's been the best thing for me.
I'm really glad you'll talk about it.
And I've shared it with my followers, and as many negative comments with people thinking I'm judging them. So many women go through this, and they just get to a point where you just feel gross, and you don't know I feel like I was just kind of stuck in life, because when you live with chronic pain, you do not understand what it does to your mind. You just exhaustion all day, every day, and you're just trying to find some relief. So when people do get addicted to pain pills and they're in chronic pain, I 100% get it.
Yeah.
I've never done hard drugs or any drugs like that. It's been alcohol for me. I know a lot of people that do THC and all of that, but I know my limits.
See, I don't have any issue with. I know a lot of people don't think you can be sober and smoke weed. I personally think that you can. I don't. They call that, I think, California sober. But THC never made. And I'm not even smoking in my life right now, but it never had that quality. If I ever thought I shouldn't smoke, I just stopped, and it never had an addictive quality to me.
Well,
and that's
alcohol
unlike
did.
Well, all of the scheduled narcotics, there is a reason that you're like Xanaxes and opiates, and that they are controlled. Even alcohol. I mean, you have to be 21. But and THC, I have known a couple of people in my life that I felt leaned on it hard enough that I would call it an addiction. It just never triggered that in me.
Yeah.
And I don't see it having the negative. Here's the perfect example of how I feel about THC. If you get too drunk, you would think, I can drive and go drive. If you got too high, the last thing in the world you would want to do is go get in a car and drive. So the fact that it makes your brain nearly more careful, that's where it's like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that big of a problem for me.
I
don't view it.
Yeah. Well, see, I've never, like I said, alcohol has been my thing, but a lot of people do use it for pain, and they have a really good outcome. I just know addiction. Like I am such an addicted personality, and one of the things I'm most addicted to right now is worrying. It is just.
You're addicted to worrying?
I have to worry all the time. I think it's a control thing. I just have to worry. But what I want to get to with the alcohol is what's really cool is this generation is not smoking.
I know.
Smoking.
It's not drinking.
They're not drinking.
Near as much.
No.
So
they
true.
may be doing THC or what. I don't know what but the alcohol sales are down. So, I mean, in my opinion, that's a good thing.
I agree.
It's a good, but we've been through hardships with it.
It's interesting because this is, I said at the very first part of this interview that I was going to go off script with this one and kind of just let us talk and see. I think we'll do something else again in the future. But I just kind of wanted to, knowing we had some of these commonalities, this is deep in the podcast. If somebody is listening at this point and this offends them, you can write a comment. I think it's cool to talk about this, and somebody who made it this deep into this interview, maybe they needed to hear it. And I feel because I have no issue sharing this stuff
me either. And like I said, I've shared with my followers, so they know.
All right, let's go to, I'm going to ask a few questions. These will be for, clip possibilities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then because I had a feeling we were talking on the phone. I was like, this is going to be so effortless that I'm actually going to have to cut
and then you can get clips.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's good.
But it leaves some opening. All right, so let's go with, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh my gosh, I got some good ones.
Okay.
So when I am in a vehicle with somebody and it is sprinkling or it is a light rain and they will not turn on their windshield wipers, it drives me nuts.
That's so
it drives me nuts. Joel's like, will you stop yelling at me? I'll turn the windshield wipers on. I can't stand it. But here's the other one, because I am Southern. I'm very kind to people. I want people to like me and be nice, but I like to go on morning or evening walks, and if I'm walking and I wave at somebody or say hi and they ignore me, no, I want to go run them down and give them a hug and be like, why did you not say hello to me? What did I do? But the other day I was walking and there was this like 70-year-old woman like getting it going beside me, and I was like, good morning. She fist bumped me.
Oh, that's what's up.
And that made the world spin a little better.
That's amazing.
It was so, like, why can't everybody give each other a fist bump? So that's my other one.
That's great.
But yeah, those are my two bugaboos.
What is your most guilty pleasure?
Oh, this is a good one. Love me some Jimmy John Italian nightclubs. Like I'm not a fancy girl. Like if Joel says, hey, let's go treat ourselves, we're going to go to Jimmy John's and get a little Italian nightclub with a bag of barbecue chips, maybe a Sprite or a Diet Coke if I'm feeling, it's not going to kill me every now and then.
So people have a bigger problem with the Diet Coke than a Sprite?
Well, I'm just saying I like both.
Okay,
so
I just didn't know. Because one's like aspartame. I didn't know if that was the issue.
No, one's pure sugar. But every now and then I like a Diet Coke. Sure. I'm just going to share that.
Feels okay,
I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. Or chicken wings. I love a good chicken wing. You ever go to Coyotes in Nixa? They have the best chicken wings. So those are my guilty pleasures. I am like last meal would be a sandwich.
So that's interesting. I mean, Wow. So if you have to call that a guilty pleasure, that says a lot about how careful you have to be of being in your lane.
Yeah.
Okay. What is something you used to judge people for, but now you do it?
The Diet Coke.
Okay.
I mean, the Diet Coke. I mean, I did used to judge people hard on it, but every now and then I think it's okay.
When you judged them, what did you think?
Like, oh my gosh, that's so bad for you.
Okay,
And it
so
is. It is not great for you. I get it.
Because of the aspartame?
I think that, it's like an artificial sweetener. It'll hurt your gut bacteria. But just every now and then, like if I've given up alcohol and a Diet Coke will kind of calm me down, it's okay. And I'm not saying every day. Maybe once every 2 weeks I like to get me a little DC crispy. So that's my treat, or like a little Scooter's latte, because I live the 80-20. 80% of the time I'm clean, 20% I treat myself. So
that seems realistic, though.
Yeah, I did.
That seems realistic.
When I was in Whole30 world, I did judge people for drinking Diet Coke, and now I sip on them. Love them.
What do you have that's a very unpopular opinion?
Aliens are real.
Okay, so that is where...
UFOs are real. 100%. Like, I believe it with my whole heart, and people think I am nuts, but I am a nerd at heart. I love, like, old black and white monster movies. I love anything alien, anything tornado, but I do deep dives on UFO and aliens. I think they live in the ocean. I do.
Okay. So
I don't think they're like little green men out to get us. I don't know that they're here to hurt us, but for us to believe that we are the only ones in the universe is pretty silly.
Well, yeah, I agree on that.
I do.
I don't know if I think they're like on the earth right now, but there have to be other.
Yeah. But the government's slowly releasing things that we've already known. So it's kind of validating everything for me. But you look at the ocean. The ocean is so vast. We have not explored it.
Right. Well, some of the stuff they find at the depths are crazy.
I mean, so I'm like, and this isn't being silly, like I truly believe it.
I believe
Is that weird? Do you believe in UFOs or aliens?
I think with the camera coverage that we have on Earth, that it would be very hard for there to be UFOs running around without us catching them. The same way that like Bigfoot, there's just too much.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
No.
Okay, I don't know that I believe in Bigfoot.
There's too many cameras around not to have caught any. Like I don't think you could evade cameras if you tried.
But do you think that the government has more that they're not sharing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The government, there's no way they're sharing it all with us.
But did you see what they shared? The 4 different types? Did you see the reptilian, the Nordic, the little green alien like you would think? And then there was another one, like it looked like a swamp creature. I don't think they look like that.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't think that.
But I mean, I know people that believe there's like lizard people in the government. I have some friends that go deep
I don't
on
know
this.
about that. But I guess that's my conspiracy theory, is that aliens and UFOs are real, whether they're here to hurt us, I don't think, but that's me.
I think that's a good unpopular opinion. Let's see. I think this is literally going to be my last one.
Okay.
What is your favorite TV show ever?
Ever. Easy. The Office.
Yeah, that's.
Or Schitt's Creek.
I don't know that one. I've never watched that one.
Schitt's Creek or Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec to me is an inferior Office. I still think it's good, but yeah.
Office. The Office is just, it's
to me, comedy, just easy winner. Friends would probably be second of all time.
Do you know I never watched Friends?
Interesting. It is weird, though, how there's too many things to consume for everybody to consume them all.
And now I don't even feel like I watch TV shows. We're just so busy, I don't think. But yeah. The Office, Michael Scott, Dwight Schrute is my...
Is he your favorite?
Love him. But Joel looks identical to Jim.
Really?
Joel used to have like the long hair. He reminds me so much of Jim, just how sweet he is and his personality. He reminds me of Jim.
So I just did a rewatch, and Jim kind of comes off as a jerk if you watch it in real fast motion.
He kind of does.
Somebody mentioned that to me, and as I watched it, I thought, like...
Is he a jerk?
Well, in a certain way, he's a bully. It's
I
just
don't know.
weird how you root for him, but then when
Yeah.
I think about it, because I never noticed it, and it was somebody like kind of popped a bubble for me with that,
kind
and
of a
they were
jerk.
like, "Huh."
And
he
Dwight's
is.
just-
and then they depicted Pam as kind of like, I don't remember what the word, but it was kind of one of those things that when it got in my
Like
head,
a
I was
tease?
like, "Yeah."
Like, I was like-
I don't. They were just talking about her with her, basically how much she. I don't know. That part I don't remember, but the gym part of them
Okay.
saying he was and that kind of ruined it watching it
Well,
back.
I need to go back and rewatch them because I don't. Yeah.
Last one, favorite
Okay.
movie.
That's hard. Oh, no, that's not a hard one. Twister 100.
Wow.
Twister 100.
So you really.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You have no idea. Like, love tornadoes. Yeah, Twister.
My college girlfriend's parents had their house knocked down by a tornado, rebuilt it,
And then
knocked
knocked
down a
down-
second time in the exact same spot.
That's insane.
And if it wasn't her parents, it was her parents. It was somebody. Because
Well-
I feel like in today's culture, that will somehow make it to her,
Oh,
and she'll
yeah.
be like, "That was not my parents. That was." But yeah,
It's well, and the
it's
other
a
one's
Midwest city.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That I don't even know.
Oh,
I've heard of it, but
yeah.
I don't.
Dick Van Dyke. So those are my two.
Okay.
Two good. Yeah.
Gotcha. You need to watch the show Pluribus. If
What is
you like
that?
any, that's like a alien type thing, and
Pluribus.
it won
Where is
Best
it on?
Show last year.
What's it on?
Apple TV,
Okay.
which is what you have it.
I think so.
Oh, it's incredible.
I think so.
All right. This is going to take me some editing because we talked an hour and 20 minutes.
I'm sorry.
And,
Was that good though?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
It's like when Foch is on here, it's like too easy.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like stay
Do
on
you
it.
still have
where,
people that just don't know what to say?
Yeah, and what I'm saying is those are kind of easy, but it's like I can only make so much out of them.
Right.
So it's like when Foch is on here, him and I could talk like 3 hours, but then it becomes very hard to edit. Because
Is this going to be hard on you? A little bit.
we'll see. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault though.
Yeah, but it'll be
It's
good.
the fact that it's the ease of talking. All right, I think we're going to end it there. Ashley McCrary, healthy little peach.
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can find it. There's recipes, all healthy.
Yeah. Healthier. We have some. We
Okay,
have some
sorry.
guilty
Add that
pleasure.
IER to it.
Yeah.
We will definitely do something again. I think we should do something with the 417 Foodist
He's
too.
my favorite. Billy's the best.
All three of us, I think, would have a
Yeah.
great combo. So
Yeah.
until next time, let's wave at the camera.